gentlemen.
Hi.
Hello, Jessica.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Motown has been around for such a long time, way before I was even born or thought of, and the music has such longevity. Part of the reason I think is because it was based in love and it was about love. Do you believe that music today is lacking that element?
Music today is like
Yes, the element of love.
not really. I think that the music today is all forms of music, and some, refer to love, some refer to other things, and it's just a wide variety because nowadays everybody has access to different forms of internet and this and that and so forth, and all kind of people come up with ideas. So I personally happen to love all music, so and so I'd have to be specific about Motown music was based on love,
Right.
But as time changed, with the world, then it started being based on personal reactions toward the world, like what's going on and war and
Right.
all these things as we grew, because my goal was to have people write what they feel and reflect the truth. Whatever that truth was, try to reflect it if it was good for people.
Okay.
So
Truth is important.
yes.
What do you think the secret is of such longevity with Motown?
Love and truth.
Love and truth.
And entertainment.
Okay.
And I think if you tell the truth and you make it entertaining, then you'll most likely get attention from people, because people are just like you. We're all basically the same,
yeah.
And our similarities, as Dr. King told me, are so much stronger than our differences. And but the people with the differences, they're small in number, but they speak very loud.
Volume.
And the majority is the same,
He often says
And
that.
quality.
Yes.
Quality is, yes, absolutely.
And he says
Because
the
that was
truth
that-
is a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the truth
Which
is a hit.
The
yeah.
truth is a hit is something that he always says, which is about anything, a show, a film, music, all of this. And quality, as Smokey was saying, because it wasn't just music, it was everything around that they created, the dignity, all of that. So I think that's also mixed in with love.
Yeah, well, I think love is a strong thing, and the truth is a hit if you're talented enough to make it entertaining.
Yes.
See, because he could tell the truth, but it was so poetic,
And with that, being that Smokey was one of the stars that you work with, what do you think that makes a star? What stands out in people like Michael Jackson, Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder? What did you see qualities in these people that made them the superstars that they were?
Well, a loving heart, talent, talent, yeah, and a loving heart. I mean, it's like, and confidence in themselves, and being who they are, who they
again.
really are. Yeah, what's truth. But it's a lot of factors. I mean, they also have to be, to make it all the way, they have to be smart. I mean, you can have all the talent and all this other stuff, but if you're not smart, you will jump on this bandwagon, that bandwagon, and so forth.
And speaking of smarts, I consider you a mogul. When you think of Russell Simmons and Sean Combs, what is it that comes to mind? And what do you think of the future of moguls, especially in particular in the black genre of music?
Well, I happen to love both of them. Russell Simmons is a really good friend of mine.
And they
Sean.
both happen to love him too.
That's a good thing.
If you've ever heard either one of them speak, they will tell you in a minute that he was their inspiration.
Yeah.
I'm
you see,
sure.
because he inspired so many people around the world of all colors, but especially young black men, young black entrepreneurs who could see that your dreams are possible. Yes. So he was the inspiration. If you talk to Russell or Sean, they'll tell you that in a minute.
Okay, and speaking of truth, one final question, and just coming from the heart, what are your thoughts on what has recently happened in Baltimore? And everyone can chime in on this if you'd like.
Well, it's something he was saying earlier. We have more in common than we have that's dissimilar. And until we start dealing with that from every aspect, in every organization, from the police to the government to all of these people. Until we deal with that, we will have people are treated differently. We can't be treated differently. We must be treated equally. And I think the music, especially as I mentioned what's going on, every time I hear that song in the show, we ask ourselves this. It's still going on 40 years later. What is going on? We have to find the way to communicate. And Motown did that 40 years ago. It opened the door to people talking to each other and realizing what they had to do.
Mr. Gordy?
Ditto. Well, there's so many angles to this thing, you know. It's just, life is complex, you know.
Absolutely.
And so we try to keep it as simple as possible. We try to deal with real emotions that people have, and that's what the show is about. It's about my emotions to all of these things that were happening, my honest, true emotions. And while we say the truth is a hit if it's entertaining. Otherwise, the truth can be a documentary, or it can be this, can be that. So it doesn't have to be a hit, but you have to be talented enough to make it relevant to what's going on in the world and how to raise people to think. It's about thinking, simplicity, common sense. I mean, when I met Michael Jackson, he was like 8 or 9. Stevie was 10, 8 or 9 or 10. And Smokey was like 3.
Not born yet.
Yeah, he wasn't born.
You're still in the making somewhere.
Like 15, I'd say. Okay, but the point is, you know, my thing is because I love people and I love to see young people blossom, but many of them, even today, are blossoming in the wrong way, you know, and so that's, you know, my passion is to help young people think. And in those days,
How do you suggest we do that
well, with
to help them blossom in a better way, considering everything that's going on?
well, we have to get together in many ways. There's many answers to this, you know. I happen to be doing a teenage movie where I'm dealing with a lot of young people in today's time. That's a song and dance musical that takes on the drama of today and all that stuff, and parents against kids, because what happens is kids right now, in our day and time, they know that internet 50 times more than their parents. So
Right.
the parents got to deal with that. They don't understand the kids don't understand the parents, and it's like a wonderful, complex problem that happens. There's no simple answers to this
Right.
because everybody is different. And that's what makes creativity and entertainment kind of
Possible.
work.
And Smokey, what do you feel? Your thoughts on Baltimore and what's going on?
Well, I just think that it's high time that people recognize the fact that we're all the same. I mean, we're all human beings, and we're all, you know, if you skinned everybody alive, nobody would know who was, because everything is the same place. And it's fear and ignorance that keeps situations like that perpetuating on Earth. You know, Baltimore is mild compared to what's going on in other parts of the world. So men, period, need to get it into their minds that we need to do like we did at Motown and love on each other, because that's going to be the only solution
Right.
to these kinds of problems. And if we don't get to that, we're never going to have it. So we need to understand that our key is to love each other. And when it happens, then we'll be cool.
And there's a lot of other philosophies at Motown. There's hundreds of them that we used to have. And one was just be a good listener. You know, listen to people, you know, before you already have your opinions and thoughts, but very few people will listen and really try
Openly.
to understand what is being said.
Right.
And once you do that, you may not like it and you may show that it doesn't work. But there's a lot of theories like that that are taught at Motown. And we were probably one of the few companies that had a school, a finishing school, a school where they taught how to talk, walk, talk,
Right.
move, you know, and then we had various stations where artists would go and get, it's like my automobile factory where I got the idea from, was a car on a bare metal frame, come in one door, a bare metal frame, and out another door, a brand new car. So I would try that with human beings, which was a crazy idea because they're you know, but it worked the way we did it because love was involved.
So love is the answer.
I would say it's the answer to many questions.
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.